What's good, everybody? Valley here once again. Welcome back to the Messy Workbench. At this point, you should expect it because I am constantly working on new things. And you might be asking me, Valor, what are we looking at? A Swarmfire and a Power Bell, which is just the Rebel version of the Speedswarm, which I chose for this project for reasons you will see later. These are very special. They're going to a person I look up to in the Nerf hobby and everything, and it's something he's always wanted. Like, ever since he did like a tag back on this thing. But yes, first off, the internals. I've completely rewired it and everything. Same for this one. Power Bell has been double sprung. I forget what spring I used inside of it. I think I used I meant Tech 6 spring, but I just kind of double sprung it and rewired it with 16 gauge wiring. That's Teflon coated because that's what I have on hand at the time, and it's rewired mainly to use 2S LiPos, but you can run it on 3 for a higher rate of fire. It doesn't affect power or anything because these are springers as opposed to flywheels. And yes, I chose the Power Bell, you'll see later. They both have sort of matching paint schemes. It's not so complex on the base of these things, for reasons you'll see later. And also in the Swarmfire, which I have left it so you can remove the stock. It's a little stiff. It was stiff before I painted it. Completely rewired again. And this thing has a 9 kilogram original Australian turf strong arm spring, which it runs perfectly fine on, and again, it's been rewired and everything. Completely gutted this battery tray for a mainly for 3S because that thing makes it just blazing fast, as you'll see later. But yes, these things aren't quite complete yet. I think I'm going to jump cut, and you'll see why. Ta-da! Yes, these are covered in anime girls, with suggestive faces. They're just about to sneeze, right? Not sure what else to say about these. These are not hydro dipped. I just actually used a large-scale water slide decal to transfer all these over. Now, the last one I did such a large water slide decal on was the Deadlight, which was a little easier because sections of that thing were largely flat. But on this, particularly on this side of this one, there's a few wrinkles which I'm not quite so happy about, but they're not that noticeable unless you're looking for them. For a distance, it looks perfectly fine. Otherwise it's quite smooth, but water slide decals, they don't take complex curves as well. Like, they'll take this sort of curve just fine, but anything kind of going inward at the same time kind of causes it to wrinkle. Another thing I did with these is I took the dart pegs out of the cylinders, so you can now fire Stephens and stuff, and the switch on this thing does nothing, which I wish I could have rigged up some LEDs or anything, but I didn't quite have all the equipment I wanted for that. And I wasn't exactly sure where I'd have the LEDs come out anyway on this thing. Like, I could have cut these vents out and had some LEDs behind there, but I wanted this to be a very, very solid war blaster for the guy I'm sending it to, which you probably would have figured it out whenever I mentioned tag back. I made these as a gift for Walcom. Kind of blue and white sort of panty stripes. You'll have been seeing a firing demo of each of these up in like the top corners or whatever. Like my Patreon patrons have seen me working on this thing for a while, as well as another thing that I have planned for the future, but there were some problems. I had to talk to the guy who created it to get those sorted out. But yeah, all my relevant links to my Patreon, if you want to help support the channel and everything, help me get, like, say, get a new air compressor, because mine is sort of dying now, which is making things like painting like this a little bit harder. But yeah, links to my Patreon, Facebook, Etsy store, because I have a few things in there to sell right now, as well as everything else will be down in the description below. And yes, thanks for watching.